Today we're heading back to Sesame Street and our bedtime storybook. And today's story is Oscar Has a Bad Dream. One night, Oscar the Grouch had a bad dream. In fact, he had a terrible dream. Oscar dreamed that one morning he opened the lid of his old, banged up trash can, and it wasn't old and banged up anymore. In fact, it was all shiny and pretty and freshly painted and tied with a big red bow. Oscar was so surprised that all he could do was open his mouth, but no noise came out. He looked again at the nice white paint and the flowers painted on the outside and opened his mouth again. Only this time, a lot of noise came out. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Somebody ruined my nice, dirty, dented up garbage can. This is awful. Look how yucky it looks now. I am so upset. I am going to Mr. Hooper's store and have a nice, cold anchovy ice cream soda to cool me off. Well, Oscar went into Mr. Hooper's store, climbed up on the stool, and said, "Hi, Mr. Hooper. I'm rotten and I hope you're the same. Give me my old favorite, an anchovy ice cream soda. And don't expect me to say please, because grouches don't say nice things like that." Well, Mr. Hooper smiled at Oscar and said, "Anchovy soda? I'm sorry, but we don't have any anchovy ice cream. We only have nice tasting ice cream like vanilla and chocolate and strawberry." Wait a minute. Are you telling me that you don't have any of my favorite ice cream anymore? No more spinach ice cream? No more onion ice cream? Just disgusting vanilla and chocolate? Well, never mind. The Mud Man is coming with my weekly delivery of delicious mud. I'll just wait for him. Oscar went back to his trash can, hiding his eyes so he couldn't see how nice it looked, and went inside. Soon there was a knock on the lid. Oscar opened it and stuck his head out. It was the Mud Man. "Oh boy, am I glad to see you. I can hardly wait for my nice, delicious bottles of mud." "Mud? Well, excuse me, Oscar, but I'm not bringing you any mud. I'm bringing you some nice, fresh bottles of milk." "Milk? Are you kidding? I don't drink milk. It's too good for you. I want my slimy old mud. That's what I want." Oh. But Oscar, I wouldn't bring anybody mud to drink. That's disgusting. Oh, by the way, your garbage can looks very nice. "Ugh," cried Oscar. "I don't believe this is happening to me. No anchovy ice cream, no mud, my poor, wonderful, beat-up garbage can all shiny and ruined. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to see my old friend Leon at the crummy dump. He'll be in his nice broken-down shack with rags for curtains, and he'll make me feel better. Yep. That's where I'm going because I can't stand it here." Oscar began walking to the dump. He walked in the gutter, of course, because that was his favorite place to walk. Usually, Oscar found old tin cans or empty soda bottles to kick and all sorts of trash and rubbish to pick up and save. Hey, wait a minute. What is going on? I've been walking for 5 minutes and there's no trash in this gutter. It's clean. In fact, everything looks neat and clean. This is terrible. Boy, wait until I see my friend Leon at the dump. Something weird is going on around here. In his dream, Oscar arrived at the dump, and he was surprised again. "I must be seeing things," Oscar cried. "Leon, my old grouchy friend, is all neat and dressed up. The old town dump, which used to be messy and dirty and full of busted furniture and trash, is now all neat and clean. And the trash isn't trash anymore. It's fixed up and looks nice and new again. Oh, and Leon's house is fixed up and has new white curtains. This is terrible. This is yucky. This is disgusting. Leon, what is going on? Uh-oh. Let's see. So there's him in the gutter. Why, Oscar, I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't like an awful, messy, dirty dump, and I wouldn't live in a broken down, falling apart old shack with dirty racks for curtains. But come inside and have a nice hot plate of delicious chicken stew. Delicious chicken stew? You used to make delicious garbage stew from potato peelings and eggshells with an old goulash tossed in for flavor. Chicken stew, blah. Oscar didn't know what to do. His trash can was covered with flowers and fresh paint. Mr. Hooper didn't have anchovy sodas or Oscar's favorite ice cream. The mud man had milk instead of nice, gooey mud. The gutters all over town were nice and clean. Even the town dump was all fixed up and spiffy. I must be going crazy, cried Oscar. There's no trash blowing around here. Everything's so neat and clean. I can't stand it. How's a grouch supposed to live in a place like this? Oscar's terrible dream made him toss and roll around in his sleep. Finally, he fell right out of bed and onto the floor and woke up. Hey, I was only having a bad dream. Oh, I was getting worried. Oh, boy, wouldn't it be terrible if everything really was all nice and neat? Thank goodness that was only a bad dream. Guess I'll go outside now and see who I can yell at. Oscar pushed up the lid of his garbage can and almost fell out. His garbage can looked just the way it did in his dream. It was freshly painted, it had flowers all over it, and tied around it was a big red ribbon. Oscar looked around wildly. There was no trash in the gutter. The street, sidewalk, and gutter were all clean. Oh no, I'm wide awake and it looks like I'm still dreaming. What is happening to me? Why, nothing's happening to you, Oscar, Maria said to him. Everything is nice and clean because we're having cleanup week here on Sesame Street. Whew, said Oscar. For a minute I thought I was dreaming again. Cleanup week, huh? Well, I'm so happy that it's not my dream coming true that I might even help. So Oscar straightened the bow on his garbage can and went back inside. But don't tell anybody, he yelled as the lid slammed shut.